How do you explain coaching to someone that you will be coaching who has never been coached before? I'll give a few ideas in this video. In my years of coaching, I've coached many people who've never had executive coaching before. And they are sometimes nervous about it, anxious about it, have some negative thoughts about it, are enthusiastic about it. It runs the gamut. But one thing that stays the same is they're curious. What is coaching and how can I benefit from it? So here's what I ensure that people understand about coaching. First, I'm not a trainer, I'm not a mentor, I'm not a therapist, not a counselor, I'm a coach. And they say, okay, so what is coaching? Well, coaching is the idea that someone having conversations with you about issues that matter to your effectiveness as a leader, to your career, to your sense of happiness at work, could be affected by your coach. You see, coaching is not something that is done to you, but it's something that's done with you, through you. We have conversations that matter about issues that you might not talk about with anybody else. This is one key thing that most people who've never had coaching before seem to appreciate. Confidential conversations that I can just bring whatever is on my mind to the coach and we'll talk through it. So oftentimes I'll explain that we'll talk about situations that have happened in the recent past. I say recent past because not therapy, right? And this is at work. So situations such as I had a disagreement with my manager and I felt like it didn't go well, that I didn't conduct myself well. Or I gave a presentation to my team and it didn't seem to inspire them. It fell flat. And I even had a lot of questions afterwards, which made me feel like I didn't communicate well. Or something has just happened and I feel like I want to talk about it. So now we're going from the recent past to the present. For example, I was just told that I'm being put under a new leader. And I have some thoughts about that leader that I'd like to talk about with you, or about how my role is shifting. So we talk about things that are happening in real time right now. And then we talk about things that are coming up. I have a big presentation coming up next week, and this really has to go well. It's a high stakes conversation that I'm going to have. I'm going to have a difficult conversation with my manager, and in the past, I feel like I haven't prepared well, and this time I'd really like to talk with you about it. So this is something that your clients can understand and see the value in. Unpacking situations that have recently happened, talking about situations that are ongoing and happening in real time, and maybe shifting your approach to it so that it goes better and ends well, or preparing well for upcoming high stakes situations. Almost anyone can see the benefit in that. But here's what else clients can understand about coaching that they can see as a benefit and get excited about. There are probably thoughts that have gone through your mind about changes that you can make to your leadership style, your leadership approach to be more effective, but you just haven't made them. Well, now might be that time. We'll talk through various new approaches to your leadership style that could make you more effective, and we'll decide what those are based on our conversations, on some assessments that you might take, and I'll give you some samples that you can look at and decide which ones you like, and some data and feedback from others. We can do a 360 survey, either online with a group of people around you, above, below, and beside you, or I can do confidential one-on-one interviews, which I call a verbal 360. With that, and with the assessment data and our conversations, then we'll have a sense of what you might work on over time, and probably it's going to be in alignment with ideas that you've already had, that you've thought about in the last 6, 12, 18, even 24 months about changes that you can make. But know this, I'm not here to fix you. I'm not here to make you someone that you're not. I'm just here to help you be a better version of yourself and probably take action on thoughts and ideas that you've already had. How does that sound? When I present it like that, generally anyone who has not been coached before, even people who are a little bit pessimistic about it, tend to warm up to the idea. I don't overhype coaching. I don't make it seem like it's going to be a superhuman effort, so that they can ease into the process. As we get into coaching, then it might become a little more energetic, a little more difficult. And it's also important that they bring something to the coaching too, right? But we'll talk about that in another video. For now, I just want you to start to be comfortable about how to present coaching to someone who hasn't been coached before. And as an add-on, if it's a sponsored engagement, then you should also explain to them that our conversations are confidential, but what we're working on long-term is not. We should share those with the sponsor of the coaching engagement so they're aware of what we're working on at a high level. That's all I'll share with them. And whenever we talk with them, it'll be the 3 of us together, or 4 of us, depending on how many sponsors there are. So I'll never have side conversations sharing details about our conversations. Does that sound okay? And generally the answer will be yes, and they appreciate that level of confidentiality, even in a sponsored engagement. So I hope this video helps you. These are the sorts of conversations that I have with people who come through my seminars at the Center for Executive Coaching. I have the pleasure of leading the in-person seminars a few times a year. Next one is coming up soon. And then the one after that will be later in the fall. If you'd like to learn more about that, you can email me at michael@BAECexecutivecoach.com, or you can visit the Center for Executive Coaching.com's website and learn about the in-person seminars, which I lead, the virtual seminars, which are led by the founder of the CEC, and the distance learning program, which is presented by the founder, by me, and a few other instructors in a series of tracks held online that you can go at your own pace in live attendance or even by watching recordings. So depending on your level of investment, your level of energy and commitment towards doing it fast or doing it over time, we have a program for you. This channel is dedicated to your growth as a newer leadership and executive coach. Please subscribe to it, like the video, comment on it, and share it with others to spread what is happening here on this channel. And feel free to email me your coaching questions at michael@BAECexecutivecoach.com. Thank you very much.